Good morning. I'm going to try to do a vlog style video today. I have just a few items to ship. This is the last one I got to get out of here. I was going to take you along on my packing today, but I completely forgot. I just got in the mode. But I'm going to do a little vlog, so I'm going to go out and do my normal thrifting, videotape some of that stuff, kind of day in the life. I'm going to grab some coffee, and then I'll show you my haul at the end of the day. So the last item to pack up, and then we're going to head on out. Here's our first stop for today. Wish me luck. This was our first purchase of the day, a McCoy planter or a vase. The return on this should be pretty decent. It was only $6.99. It'll be fun to see what this actually sells for at the end. The resale, sold comps were pretty high, so I'm excited for that. I also grabbed this blown glass eagle ornament. Unfortunately, there was some damage on the back that I did not see. I should have taken it out, but I was afraid the container wasn't very secure. It was scratching, but it was $3.99. It's something we might end up keeping anyway, but I'm not exactly sure what the resale would be on that. Here I'm checking out, obviously, the figurine section. They have these quite often at the thrift store. They're Kim Lawrence, I believe, Circle of Love, but they wanted $6.99 for that. And in the past, they haven't sold for a ton of money, so at least I knew what I was getting if I got that. I chose to leave that behind. Some other figurines. They have some, a baby planter there, but those don't do very well for me. And a spice rack down there, nothing special. The shelves are a little sparse, but this is better than they have been in the past. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm trying to remember to go slower, just so you can see more items. I think this is a ginger jar with a matching vase, but it looked more modern. They only wanted $6.99 for it, so I was kind of debating whether or not to get those because it had a fun peacock pattern. I left them behind, but I ended up grabbing this. This is a nice, metal cat flag holder. I think you could hold, if you secured it well enough, you could hold a potted flower too as well, hanging basket. Thought I'd give it a shot, but it's not going to bring in a ton of money. This is something I should have left behind. They wanted $6.99 for it, but I haven't seen crabs before, so I thought I wanted to give it a shot. A little tidbit tray or tidbit dish or trinket dish. Here I'm just going around the corner to check out the baskets. I'm putting that in the cart. I liked this bag. If it hadn't had Panama on it, I probably would have grabbed it. The vase section has been pretty lacking lately at this location. But I still go over it. Sometimes there's things tucked in back, or they just put something out. And their mug section too. Again, I'm not picking up very, very many mugs. It's generally only very unique art pottery pieces. Maybe some vintage mugs I'll grab once in a while. I really liked this owl lantern, but it was more modern, and I wasn't really sure if I liked the color enough to grab that. Our first trip to Goodwill is done. Next up, we're going to stop at Caribou to grab ourselves a coffee, and then we are heading to Savers in Coon Rapids, Blaine area. So it's basically a Northwest Metro trip for me today, in the Minnesota, the Twin Cities area. So, all right. We're on our way. Let's go grab a coffee. Breakfast of champions. Unfortunately not. This is my once a week Caribou coffee treat. Yummy, yummy. These were awfully cute, really well painted. Obviously hobby pieces. but I decided to leave them behind. They wanted $5.99 a piece for them, but I wasn't quite sure if they would sell for a lot, maybe 12 to 18, so I chose to leave them behind. I do grab this metal doorstop. These sell well for me. And that's a wrap. We only got one item at that location. Now we're heading off to a couple more thrift stores. Salvation Army, Family Thrift Store. Fingers crossed. Lots of fresh carts. Here we're in the figurine section, and I spotted this Jim Shore sleigh. It usually has ornaments that come with it as a set. It was only $3.99, so I grabbed that. Not a ton of money. Their shelves are just packed. Unfortunately, this Heather Goldmink piece had a broken ribbon or hat, I should say. That was too bad, so I left that behind. They have a lot of Target dollar spot pieces if you're ever looking for some things at the Salvation Army locations. At least in the Twin Cities, you can find a lot of them. Lots of figurines. That chicken canister looks pretty neat, but I'm not picking up canisters if I can avoid it. I do grab a vase that I don't show in here, and I was excited that it was half off. I've been kind of eyeing it up. They had a lot of nice pottery pieces, but they wanted a little bit for it, and I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to grab them, but when it was half off, I definitely grabbed it. This was fun. Some of these can go for a lot of money. I don't even want to attempt to say the name, but they only wanted $3.99 for this. It's Mexican pottery. So I scooped that up. So you can see those are the two things I have in my cart. And I'm just trying to give you a broader view of the shelves, how full they are, this Salvation Army. Some other Salvation Armies, they're pretty thinly stocked. There's not a ton of stuff. And I think some of them are actually selling online. So our next stop is another Salvation Army. I don't film a ton in this location. I do grab these Target. These are actually probably like 20 years old stocking holders. Stocking holders do fairly well for me. And I looked up some comps on these and it was crazy. So I thought I would give it a shot even at $5 a piece, and it's already sold. Next up, Savers in Columbia Heights, I believe. Here I'm in their figurine section, checking out. This was a carved wood figure. Maybe I should have grabbed it, but I've been leaning towards more of the painted ones that are from like Germany and Sweden. They definitely have a lot in this store as well. I generally have set routes, like I'll go certain days, I go to certain stores. I generally know like their discount days and what days to avoid and what days to go. Up there they had some old syrup bottles, some art masks. Depending on the mask, I'll pick them up. Those ones I did not want to grab. This was a shame. I really wanted to get this. I was hoping there was a second candlestick maybe in the wood section, but they didn't have it. But I do grab this pottery vase. I really liked it. It was signed. Cranes can do fairly well. Here's a glass vase. I kind of regret not grabbing this. It wasn't signed, but it looked like a Pier 1 piece. I was trying to pick the label here to see if I could read the original barcode, but unfortunately I wasn't able to, and ended up putting it back. I kind of wish I would have grabbed that. At this store, the shelves are pretty narrow as far as the height, so you can usually find some stuff hidden in the back. I spotted this metal eagle, like wall decor or door. People put these on their doors or in their houses, and they sell decent for me, so I definitely grabbed that. Here we're in the metal section. That was like a towel holder or a wine rack. I wasn't quite sure. And then we're obviously in the figurines at another location. So this is a different store. I didn't film walking up to it, but it's another Goodwill, and I liked that vase, but I ended up leaving it behind. Their figurines, those cats are kind of cute. Had lots of chipping, left that behind. Those tend to sit in my store for a long time as well. I'm very picky about what figurines I pick up because they can sit and take up a lot of space if you don't get the right ones. I'm not opposed to long tail items. I have a store full of them, but I'm trying to be better about my sell-through rate, how fast things sell and how long I keep them. This is our candle section. And here's more vases, some art glass. Nothing really striking me as super great. I do spot this and pick it up. I was shocked to find that there was actually a signature on the bottom, so I grabbed that. It was only $3.99. I've never seen it in that shape before. It really reminded me of a flower pot. I have some Fiesta there. Some dinnerware. I don't pick up a ton in this section generally, but sometimes people will discard items, so I'll go through here and look. Otherwise, I find fused glass like Peggy Carr in this area quite often, as well as some pottery and studio pottery. I found some really nice pieces, so I always want to take a closer look. Sometimes I try to find like pieces to our dinnerware set that, pieces get damaged and you want to replace. So it's nice just to scan these aisles to see if you can find some stuff. This is their glassware section. Fingers crossed for glassy babies every time. I believe some of these are Anthropologie mugs, but they don't sell for a high dollar, maybe $12 to $15 if you're lucky on some of those monogram mugs or letter mugs. Here's some carnival glass, and I believe that's a Fenton hobnail piece, but it was a single. The amber color doesn't sell as fast, and I wasn't quite sure if a single bowl would do decent. This is a pretty stinking cute picture, but I am restricting purchasing some pictures. It has to be something super unique. I probably should have looked this up. My luck, it probably sells for a lot of money, but I left it behind. We're at our next Goodwill location. This is their figurine section. I still go through these aisles because you'll find lots of fun trinkets and other things. Even if I'm not picking up figurines per se, there are some that I'll pick up. They'll put other things like masks and jars and glass and art glass and vases, wall plaques, all kinds of things in this section. So I still go through it. Here's their metal section. Initially, I picked this up. I was going to grab it. It gave me Blanco or one of those manufacturer vibes, but I ended up leaving it. It was $8.99, and when I looked it up, they don't have a high resale value. These I also left. If they had been the tumblers or other glasses, I would have grabbed them, but these sherbets or small dessert ones don't sell fast, and they don't sell for a ton. And they wanted $1.99 a piece for them. I might be wrong. The market might have changed on them. I'll have to look, but I chose to leave them anyway. Here's the next store. I believe we're in Blaine. Starting out in their vase section. This fooled me. This was definitely new. It was newer. It's from Telefloral. I thought it for sure was going to be older. Some clear glass in there, not a ton of vintage pieces, at least the ones I'm looking for. They also have the pottery vase section. Not some crackle there. It's the other side with some glassware. This vase section's pretty big, but it's kind of spread out. Some party light pieces. Vintage. Looks like violin or cello piece. And here we're in their figurines. You see some spillover of vases, candle holders, figurines, kind of a hodgepodge of items, a teapot. This store is a little bit more filled on the shelves. More of a treasure hunt than the other locations. Still not finding a ton. I found this glass vase, but the bottom was so rough it wasn't even sitting flush on the shelf. So I didn't want to grab that. Some art pottery. I was kind of wondering if this was more of a mass-produced piece. It was kind of crude, so it gave me feels of handmade, but I wasn't 100% on that. So I left it behind. These are definitely some handmade pieces. I liked the glaze on them, but they were a little too chipped up on the bottom there. And I wasn't quite sure who the maker was on them. Yep, not a ton. And this is their other section of figurines. Sometimes they'll divide it out. I don't know why, but they'll have a couple different aisles. Some stores are more apt to like separate by category, and some just throw it all together like this. Pressed wood napkin holder, the pig down there. Lots of pigs. Probably someone's pig collection. And I think that's going to wrap up our thrifting trip for this day. Up next, you'll see the haul portion of the video. I hope you enjoy. And here's your haul. We are back. I dropped off the packages at the post office. I think we had a total of, I think I had 4, and then my husband had 3 sales from his eBay store. Summer slowdown is here, and I am being affected by it, but I'm not letting that stop me. I'm trying to be better about getting my listings up and stuff. I know sometimes you get that summer slowdown feel along with everybody else where buying is down, and you feel like you just kind of want to take a break. And with reselling, unfortunately, it is a sometimes 24/7 gig. During the summer, you have to get your stuff because that's when everybody's getting rid of their stuff. You know, a lot of people do spring cleaning. They get rid of a lot of things then, and then also in the summer after garage sales, etc. But that was a super fun find. In a few of these stores, I actually got some items, and generally I don't walk away with anything, but that train set for stocking holders, stocking holders in general do very well for me. These 4 of them are in the original box, 1 is not. They wanted $5 a piece for these. There's a current listing for like $150, and some of them are a little higher. I'll just have to look and see which one. And these are from Target. So They're a little bit, they're not exactly new, but they're not exactly old, but some of that Target dollar spot or holiday items can sell for decent money. I got a brass eagle that always does well for me. I thought I could take a shot on this. It was a cute crouching cat. It's like a flag holder, or you could even use it for holding like a basket of flowers. I have not come across a cast iron crab trinket box or dish before, so I grabbed that. I love my birds, and this is an art pottery vase. I scooped that up. I believe some of this stuff, like at Savers, is 25% off on Thursdays in my area, so I did grab some things there. It was interesting to note that the Salvation Army stores in our area, I kind of mentioned in our drive-in that they're doing like an eBay thing, like a shop Goodwill thing, but actually they are listing their stuff on eBay. There was a big sign that says shop online at their eBay store for the Minneapolis locations. I spotted this signed art glass. Well, it looks like a flower pot to me. I'll have to research that because I'm not familiar with that signature, but it was only $3.99, so I grabbed that. I don't think I got anything else at the store, but I'll have to review the footage. I can't really remember. This was quite interesting. It's made in Hawaii. I liked that etched design there. I can't remember what those flowers are called. But then I found a blown glass eagle for the July ornament. That's a Jim Shore Santa sleigh, but it's missing the ornaments that usually go in there. But at $3.99, I couldn't pass that up. I can still get a decent return on that. This was super exciting along with this. This is a vintage McCoy vase. And there's some, if this is legit, there's some listings that are kind of outrageous. I'll have to check and see how well those do. Obviously, I'm not going to get these up in time for this video, but this is going to be more of like a vlog video, so I'm not going to do listing shots and a paid comparison versus profit, but just giving you an idea, some listings that'll go up soon. This was a really nice find. Really nice find. These Mexican pottery pieces that are signed by the artist do very well for me. So I was happy to see that. And then I got a cast iron chicken doorstop, a larger one, and then an art pottery vase way back there that I can't grab without knocking everything down. And that was half off. They had color tag sales at Salvation Army, and this was half off. So I paid like $3.99 for that. I'd been looking at that for a couple of weeks, and I decided to finally pull the trigger because it was on sale today. So, but not a ton of items for the number of stores that we went to, so that's kind of a bummer, but enough for my daily listing goal. I try to list 10 to 13 based on dollar value, you know, around $400 in value a day, and I think I hit it in sales value, not an actual paid value, but that should wrap it up. All right, let me know if you like this style of video. I'm gonna still continue to do my thrifting with the comparisons. This is just trying to fill it in, and I said I was gonna try to do it this way to see how it works with that new editing software that I picked up. So, all right, hopefully I will have a more steady schedule of dropping videos for you going forward. Hopefully this new software doesn't crash like the other stuff. And I appreciate you putting up with my sporadic posting of videos. And if you have any questions, just drop them down below. Otherwise, if you like my videos, please hit the like button or subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of the week, and I should hopefully have another video this weekend. Fingers crossed. All right, have a great one. Bye.